The Quest Pro headset had some improvements I sought to make manually with this rear head pad, the battery dock from KKCobVR so I can keep playing it. And I actually even have a set of ear cups that help redirect the sound, which had a top strap, but I was just traveling, so I took that off because it's a little bulky. Well, KKCobVR has come out with their own solution that's almost a match of everything I've done to my Quest Pro myself. So let's see if their $60 solution is better than my Franken Quest thing I've got going on here. The only thing this doesn't have is the ear redirecting sound, but it's looking to do everything else. Whew, it's got this huge rear head cup, which funny thing, the one that I have on here, I sourced from some random Quest 2 head strap. This was not meant for Quest Pro, and hence it really shouldn't be attached to the Quest Pro, but I managed to Velcro tape it on there with some horrible Velcro. This though, unlike the Bobo, this is a 10,000 milliamp hour, which you can tell the weight of that thing, that is heavy. And it does add the top strap, like I talked about, which I'll be curious to see how this thing attaches. Looks like it's some disassembly. That probably sounded horrible. So we're gonna pop the rear head pad off here. This thing, if you've never taken yours off, it's just snap-on clips. It looks like this is gonna replace this whole thing, hopefully, because a lot of the aftermarket stuff so far for the Quest Pro like went over it or covered it, but it didn't actually replace it fully. So this might be one of the first fully replaceable rear head pads. Ooh, snaps in nice. Looked like in the picture this came with one more thing that I don't see here. Did you lie to me, KKCob? The picture pretty clearly shows just a little cable management hook here for that. Whatever, we'll circle back to that.
We can circle back.
Yeah, we'll circle back.
Front pad's snapping off. It looks like this thing is gonna slip in here, cover those hooks up, and that's gonna give us a place to hook the front pad. So we'll see. It is adding some size to it, which the Quest Pro does not seem to be liking because I'm not getting one side to snap back on. There we go. I am one of the few people out there that finds the Quest Pro actually quite comfortable, so I didn't really need the top strap. That's why I never used the top strap that I had even from the ear cups. But since this one's here, we'll give it a try. I like that this just runs under. It looks like it's gonna be a little simpler of a solve. You're supposed to have that hook thing there, but since I don't, I'm gonna route this through here just to kind of help hold it out of the way. Unfortunately for most people, the main problem with the Quest Pro is the forehead pad is uncomfortable for them. This doesn't do anything to swap that, but what it might allow people to do is if they do find that to be uncomfortable, they can put a bit more of the pressure in the top, and then they don't have to have it as tight to get it to stay where they want it to stay. I got a battery pack here. We're gonna do the in headset test because you know that's how I like my battery packs. Okay, it wasn't the easiest the first time. It doesn't just fall in like the Bobo, but you kind of wiggle it around. It's got a strong enough magnet, it's gonna find itself in there. Ooh, that's a 10,000 milliamp hours is a lot of weight on the back, which is kind of nice because it's gonna help take some of the weight off here at the front, but the Quest Pro is pretty well balanced already, so now it honestly feels like it's a lot more back heavy than it is front heavy, and for some of you in active games, you're gonna have a bit more of that wobble. It feels really balanced without, like this right here feels really balanced. This feels real back heavy. A lot more so than my weird Bobo VR hack solution I've done over there. But 10,000 is a lot. It's gonna give you at least another 3 hours of game time, unless of course you're using face tracking and all that. As we know, that just drains this thing. Anything in here I don't already know? I'm reading through pass-through. It's not easy to do, but I'm doing it. In the instruction manual, it talks about this adapter, which they also sent me. So I wasn't sure if this was something you have to purchase separately. It doesn't show this on Amazon, but we'll double check that. This is a link cable adapter that is made to be paired with this. So what this is supposed to allow you to do is to run this in here so that you can charge the Quest Pro while actually linking it up to a PC and using link capability with this adapter. So that's pretty cool. It's just a neat idea because a lot of times you end up with this problem with Quests. You end up running a link cable that doesn't output enough power, so you're actually draining your Quest's battery while you're trying to play PC games, which means you can limit the amount of time you're playing, which can be kind of annoying.
How convenient.
There's no elegant solution for this thing. They did give us a Velcro strap so I can kind of strap it, but basically if you were to be using these in tandem, you could hook this in here, continue to charge the headset while now running a link cable to your PC and still playing on PC. So that is a neat addition, extra step. Let me make sure though, I really don't think that's included. So the A2 is another $30. So if you wanted this full setup to be able to play on your PC while charging, you're talking $90 now, so the price is adding up. I will say, I do think that I like the rear head pad much better even than my solution that I've done. It does really feel like it's hanging on. It's nice and squishy. The weight of the battery pack is a little much though. Like this right here, this is an improvement.
This right here is my favorite thing.
I wouldn't say a $60 improvement because obviously it's not doing anything for the battery. But for people who are like, oh, I didn't find it super comfortable, or on my forehead, it's kind of bugging me. This is helping because you can just move some of the pressure to the top. It just gets really back heavy. I feel like I want to sit like this now. Kind of wish they'd gone with the 5,000 milliamp hour battery pack personally, but I understand with how much the Quest Pro can drain a battery, the 5,000 may not give you quite as much life as you're looking for, as I've been using them a lot with these. And I find I do have to swap the Bobos pretty frequently if I'm doing like a long session in Demio. So let me hop away, do a little gaming with this thing, bounce this around, see how it feels, and I'll be right back with you. Overall, I've got to say, I like this.
Ooh, he likes it. He likes it.
The top strap isn't as necessary for me as it is for other people. I would probably take the top strap off and just not use it. But then when other people are demoing the headset, trying out, I'd probably put this back on for them. I wish that this came with 2 of these and a charging dock like the Bobo VRs, because then you'd be able to hot swap them on and off, unlimited playtime. That would be an improvement for me. So I'm kind of hoping KKCob does another model of that. There's also some little things here that I noticed. There's some ventilation holes in the back. Probably not something you're gonna really notice that much in play, but it's a nice touch that that's there, allowing a bit more airflow than the stock head pad does. The balance, as I mentioned, surprised me in actual games, although maybe I've done VR so much I've trained myself not to shake my head all around, but I didn't really notice it bothering me. And then in games like Demio, where you're leaning down a lot more, you're looking forward, it was actually kind of nice then because it was pushing back and not giving me the neck ache that I sometimes get. It's a lot of weight. It didn't really get in the way because it was positioned in the right spot in the back that at least it was okay. So for now, if you're considering getting one of these, you haven't got a solution already, you need more battery power, I'd say this is probably the most refined solution. I would love to see them come out with a dual system that has a charging dock for 2 of these and maybe have these come in black. I mean, it's just one thing that it just kind of stands out still, like just like my Bobo VR did. It still kind of looks a little bit like a sore thumb. Doesn't look like it was meant to be there, but hey, 60 bucks, I'll leave a link in the description. I've not spent time testing the A2 piece separately with the link cable and all that. I feel like that's kind of a specialty thing. If you're really interested, let me know in the comments and maybe I'll do a review separately on that just to test it out. But it's not really something I'm looking for, and especially if you're using Air like you should be hopefully using if you have the Wi-Fi router for it, you're not really gonna need that anyways. But let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to know. I know Quest Pro is pretty niche. Not a lot of people are looking for accessories for it anyways, and with Quest 3 coming, I don't think they're gonna sell a whole lot more, but if you had one already and you were looking for a bit of an improvement, I'd say this is doing it. But thank you so much for coming out, and I will see you in another reality.